Good morning. Nikita from Cars Off the Wall. Thank you for visiting my channel. Let's get to work. Let me tell you all about what we're going to do this video. I buy cars from the auction, I fix them up, and I flip them for a profit. That's what you can expect when you watch my vids. In the previous video, we pretty much fixed the Hyundai. We got the bumper back on. If you want to watch me work on the fender and the headlight right here, then just watch the last video. Watch it.
A few moments later.
We got the bumper off. We're going to be trying to use a heat gun to push this out and get this to kind of straighten out a little bit. So, should be pretty easy. Look, spark. Hopefully you can see clearly. This is a really good trick. Heat gun will always kind of get that plastic to conform how you want it. It's actually really good for taking stickers off of a car too. $10 a Harbor Freight, guys. You get a nice heat gun. Alright, you ready? Not ready yet. This is actually really thick plastic. It's not going to be perfect, but it's better. Okay, so still got a little work to do here, here, and here. So at least it's popped out better. It's better, right? It's better. It'll never be perfect, but it's better. You'll never have that perfect finish again. But as long as that stays like that, we're good. Now, we're gonna do this side right here. Just kind of get that to go down a little. And coal would be nice to put it on there, like the fridge. But you gotta hold it so that the bumper will stay in that position. You can see it's flat now. Right here. If I let it go, it'll just go right back. But it's better. Definitely better. If I hold it like that, hopefully it'll... Just like that. You know, it kind of got back kind of straighter, which is good. The other side has a little curve to it too, so that's how it should be. And then unfortunately this thing broke off because it was bent and it was impossible, so I'm gonna have to, probably what I'll do is I'll just put a screw right there, because it will stay once it's in a clip right there. So let's get a little screw from here. A stash of screws. This is a little long, but oh well, who cares. I just put it right there. Junk. That should work. Just hard when you only have two fingers, you know. Everything seems a little bit harder. I can't get enough weight, so you have to do the other hand. This is how you do it. This is how you overcome. Just like that. Now I can put weight and get this screw in here. Also, that screw is probably going to seep through the bumper. It's too long, man. Barely. Did great. So now this thing is stuck on there, and you can see the screw on the other side here. So it's not going to cause any harm. and that way the bumper can do what it's supposed to do. Okay, back to it. Put the bumper back on. Like a big push pin. Call up the big boys here. Good old Pittsburgh. Look at this one. That's pretty big. I love those push pins. Sometimes you just need them. Okay, I'm getting ready to do the taillight saw. Remember, on taillight bolts and things like that, you don't need to torque them hard at all. Just get them in there and you're good to go. Seriously, you don't even have to go full pressure on the drill. You just get it done, just like that. You don't have to force it or push it more. Pro tip, okay? I remember when I was a beginner, I would, every bolt, I just wanted to really, get it tight. I don't want anything to fall apart. Trust me, these bolts are not coming loose. Just like that. And you're good to go. That one's already tight. All right. Everything's looking perfect right now. This taillight gave me a little problem. This thing is so annoying. It clips on just like that. Right? That's how it clips on. But it doesn't really pull out very well, so you have to push it. But if the taillight is in, how do you get your hand all the way down there and push it out like that? So I tried to pull it out. Well, when I pulled it out, the metal bracket was so weak that it just tore it off. So now you don't have it. You don't get it anymore. That's what you get when you engineer things to be weird. Oh, I hate that noise. But you can't even tell. Bumper is on. Oh, I just gotta tighten up the sides and we're done. Keep watching.
2,000 years later.
I'm done. So, an hour of work, all to make this look just a little bit better. And, it does look much better here. It should be a little bit more straight like that. But that's what it's gonna be. And then, did you see the front? Perfecto. Let's go on a test drive. It's on, which is good. But let's actually check the code and see if there's any codes actually stored on the car. I highly doubt it. Oh, I'm tired. I finally got this vehicle done though. Now, we do have a little suspension work we'll have to do, but at least I don't have any more body work. What we got? Is it green check mark, yellow warning, or red danger? I'm thinking, oh, green check mark. That means it can pass DEQ and state patrol inspection. And that tells me there's no engine code anyways. If it had an engine code, it would tell me. That is a good sign, I will say that. Yeah, we need an oil change for sure. We're just gonna go on a small test drive. We don't have any plates on the car, and I want to get that suspension fixed before we actually drive it. You'll hear the scraping. Right. You hear that? By the way, the shifter is completely fixed. This one. It locks in perfectly. I don't know if it was stuck, but we don't need to worry about the shifter anymore. Let's go! Oh my gosh. But I do want to get the bezel because this black part cover is missing. Nobody wants to see that. So I will have to spend a little bit of money. Look at the alignment. That's horrible. The alignment is so bad. Look at that. Watch this. That's not the road, guys. That is the car. That is, no matter if I'm on a straight road. Look at, I have to do this to go straight. So the alignment is pretty bad. Control arm is bad. I'm gonna have to fix that. It shifted really well though. It downshifted really well. And it shifted into fourth really well. Rotors are fine, no shaking in the steering wheel. So we need an alignment, we need to do some suspension work, and we need an oil filter change pronto. Okay, I'm gonna turn back. We can go on the main road. No cops are gonna pull us over, right? Just a little bit of stretch. It runs and drives amazing though. Holy smokies. No overheating either, at least I don't think so. We haven't really been driving it that long. I'm a little tired, guys. 3 days nonstop, I fixed 2 cars. So that's pretty much the normal pace for me, like I was doing in Oregon when I had the dealership. I'm a worker. I like getting things done quick. But now, after finishing this car, I'll order the suspension part, and then I'm working on the Fiat tomorrow, and next week, honestly, I'm not going to have any work to do. But remember, we can only do 5 cars in Washington, so we got to make sure we find a couple more cars, and we can't really buy any more under my name. Wink, wink. Maybe my wife can open a Copart account. All right, keep watching. Very glad that the Hyundai 2.7 engine, I don't really like those engines, but it runs and drives good, shifts good. The test drive went well. We're going to have to do some suspension work, alignment, and then it's ready for sale. We are going to be concluding the video, and I want to show you this Fiat before I say bye. We have to start fixing this Fiat in the next video, and we've already got the fender. If you've been watching our videos, you know exactly what's happening. If you haven't been watching, again, I buy cars from the auction, I fix them up and flip them for some moolah. And we are living in that motorhome come mid-April. We're moving to Illinois, Florida, Texas, Indiana, Arizona. I don't know. Anyway, stay tuned, keep watching, and we appreciate your support. I'm out of breath. Bye.